the training program, there's two ways to get to it. It is to do a web browser and this address into it. So it's www.scgwebspec.com. You actually don't need the login thing. That'll go automatically. So that's it. You can do it. Another way, probably a little bit simpler, is just the StressCrete group website. I've added in an icon on the left station, so it's this bright kind of box here, and this will link right to the program if you click on it. It's also in the What's New section, so there's two ways to get to it from the home page of our website. So you can just click it here. Probably one of the easier things to do would just be to save a bookmark in your browser so that you have it to access anytime that you want. Home page of the WebSpec tool. If it's your first time using it, you're going to sign up for a new account. So to click Register Now. You could also log in as a guest with here, but if you do that, it's not going to save any of your information. The reason why you'd want to sign up for an account is because you can, once you do it once, you can all of your projects. So if you're creating multiple drawings, or you're working on a project where you need 5 or 6 different drawings, by account, it's going to create a space for you of all of your past drawings, which would be why it's really beneficial to have an account. So you're going to fill your information here. I'm already registered, so I'm just going to go back. Information filled in. I'm going to send you an email to the email that you provided to verify your account. Most of the time it will go to your inbox, but if you do have a really strict spam, it might go into your junk mail. So just check that if you don't get it within 1 minute, check your junk mail, because it is pretty instant. It should come to you immediately. So you'll just click to verify that you're registered. The registrations are with websites, and you'll do that. To it, I just wanted to make note of the minimum browser requirements. I'll just click on that. So Internet Explorer, make sure you're using Internet Explorer 8 or later. The current version that's out now is 10. So most people have that, but there's a few people might have an older version, and it might pose a problem. The browser for this program is Google Chrome, the one I'm using now. Again, I work on all these other browsers, but Internet Explorer is known to change their settings quite frequently, so it just might have a few kinks in it if you're using an older version. Browser requirements are specified right on the home page if you want to refer to them. So once you've got that done, log in. So I'm going to use my account. If you're going to remember your password, so next time you'll just have to enter your username. The list of projects that I have previously created. So I mentioned about the database of projects. So these are some test ones that I've been working on, and it's got them all saved here. I can go back and edit them or send them as an email or look at them again. So I'm going to show you how to do that once we create one, but this is the major benefit to creating an account. So the very first thing I'm going to do is click up here where it says Start Here with the big arrow, and New Project. Project name for your reference, pick something that you're going to remember relevant to the project that you're working on. So for today's training, I'm going to put training number 1. Next. You're going to see 3 items: configure luminaire, configure arm, configure pole. So one of them, and then make an assembly with all 3 of them. If you're making an assembly, and that you start with the luminaire. The luminaire is the most complicated of all 3 of these, and might have the most exceptions. So basically an exception is if you were to choose a pendant luminaire, choose a role with a tenant on it, for example. So configure Luminaire. Out of this follows our how to catalog codes as well as what's on our website. So if you're familiar with our lighting brochures, the very back page where it says how to catalog, this follows that basically to a T. The first is a post-top HID luminaire, and you can click anywhere in this box. It's going to outline if you want acorns, traditional, or post-top others, and we're going to hit acorn. And we're going to 24 luminaire. Not applicable. If that comes up, it just means that it might be an option for another fixture, but not for this one. So always, it only gives you one option, just click on A and then move forward. If you want to do rotolock or set screw, so we're going to choose rotolock. And just say we chose rotolock and we want to change our mind, you can just click the tab above again and change your mind to set screw. We're going to go with an R. If you're not sure what these mean, any of these mean, for example, you can just hover over the question mark and it'll explain to you what the optical system means. So we've got, they're basically definitions, and you can go over them. Anyone that you hover over will show the definition. Three or type 2 or type 5, only the options available with that particular system are going to show. I go to this point, and then I decide that I actually did want rotolock, for example, and I click here. It is to remove the options that you had already selected. Just going down, the options above that are going to stay, and that is choosing what might affect what's going forward. So I'm going to change it to that and then just reselect what I've already selected. So 5 that are available, so I'm going to choose 3. And then here, so not every single wattage is available, but all of the most common ones are here. So I'm just going to do 100 watts. I'm going to go with allied fixture, volts, and capital. I'm going to use standard black. It's colors that are not on here. We have our most basic standard colors on here. Just choose a color and then we can have added for you, no problem. With a textured. Textured is our standard, but this does enable you to choose smooth as well. These are the ones that are available with this fixture. And again, for any questions that you may have, this little mark defines what the answer is. For the rotolock fixture, I'm going to choose a globe hanger and the general electric ring. You can choose as you want, and then you. This particular fixture, this is the only available finial, so just select it. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow our catalog codes. So the next thing that you want to do is hit Save and Continue to Summary. If you start over, it's going to erase all the options that you chose. So it's important that you click Save and Continue to Summary. All the specifications together. Sheet that it's going to show the options that we went through here, information's here, and then down here is the some more information on the luminaire classification system. So the IES file, the number of it, and then it's got the bus rating information here. We actually have files up for the LED fixtures, so you can download right from the site. I'll show you in our next example. The AC ones will be coming up shortly, but you know the file number, so you can just copy and paste that and send it to some location, and we can get that for you immediately. Again, it's got some more information like the warranty, all that. I'm going to configure just a luminaire only. I wanted to just print fixture. You can just go to the top here, the print here, and like so it's a very similar specification sheet to the ones that engineering has. It looks a little bit different. It looks different, but it's going to have all the information as well as the addresses for all locations. If you want to create a PDF, you need to have a PDF writer on your computer. So you just hit printer and save as PDF. So for the I just hit save, or I want to save it. Do that right now, but I'm going to hit cancel. So you do it, and then say you decide that you want to add a poll to that. So we're going to skip term, and we're going to go down to the poll. So click on the poll. Level polls and concrete polls. I'm going to start poll. Stellar series and split base. Same series as our aluminum polls. I'm going to click on and then you can here. So here. Material. This one's only available in aluminum. And you can do formed, fluted, extruded, just like our catalog. I fluted, extruded. And then the highest one is 16 feet. It's going to be the highest height that this is available in. So with a 15-foot pole and the luminaire. And well, part of the program that gets a little bit tricky, but once you see how it's done, it's pretty straightforward. Add-ons for the pole. Do flag holders, GFIs, banner arms, donuts, and fin caps. So for this particular, we are going to try flag holders. I'm going to put holder 0 degrees. If you will map here, it shows where the roadway is. 0 degrees is the roadway, and then 1 is the other side. So once you choose the you want, you have to click Add and Configure, or it will not add. So here, this box right here that my mouse is over, that will choose where the flower pot holder in relation to the tip of the pole. In inch. That's why this program is so detailed. It actually allows you to choose it down to the inch site where you want it. So I'm going to make it 14 inches from the top of the pole. 0 is selected since you want it 0 degrees of roadway. I actually want another one directly beside it. So I'm going to do flower pot 180 degrees. And then I add and configure there. And I also want it 14 inches from the top of the pole. This is to make sure it's in the 180 degree quadrant. Those two things, just make sure that they're listed there. You can click Continue. And then continue to summary. So now I'm going to show you a specification drawing of just the pole. And as you can see, all the pole detail here, but the flat holders are not on there yet at this point. They are in the specification here left, the specification information. Now is that you've got your pole and your light, picture of what they're going to look like assembled together. So your top menu, so you proceed to assembly drawing at the top, create a drawing of your product assembled. So you have these little targets on your drawing. That was just for, that's just an issue. All you have to do is click on it, it'll disappear, and none of that will show up in the printing or the peeling, so that's not a concern. Assembly drawing there, and it does not have the detailed specifications on it, but then you can just go back and click specification. To the specification for that particular product. So it's going back to the luminaire. And you want to assembly drawing there. So basically we'll give you 3 different sheets that you can print out or email out that specification information on it. If you email this to somebody, so say you create this drawing and you want to contact your regional sales manager and ask for a quote on it. Click on the send an email function and your name, type in a name. I'm going to send it to myself. An email with a link to this project that I can now click on and view. So that makes it straightforward, again, if you did want to request a quote or just send it to someone else to view. That drawing, it will take us back to the main menu, and as you can see, this was the project that I just completed. It's listed the first one here. If you forget to email it at the very beginning, you can also send an email from here. It's going to do the same thing. I want to change the project. You can go to any of them and edit them. So I can just edit project from this menu. So I accidentally put that I wanted it to be 15 feet, but I wanted it to be 13 feet. So just go to all the options that were selected. They're highlighted in yellow. I just scrolled down, and I heard that the 15-foot option was chosen, and I just changed it to 13 feet. I do have to change the other options below it. I just wanted to explain that. Now that you have one full project, create a second one with, this will be a pin luminaire and a double arm. If you have time, feel free to type them in, but I'm going to keep going with this. A luminaire, and 4 options are below. This time we're going to choose an LED luminaire and go with a pendant. So again, anywhere on this box, twice, you'll be able to move a lot quicker as well. We're going to the K800 series. These are available in. So the K803, again, just clicking on the box. Option is not available for this particular product, so you don't need to worry about it. Just if there's only one option, as this specifies, just click A. This gives you available options. You can go with a flat lens, a shadow lens, or a deep lens. Any questions or concerns based on what these are, again, just hover over the question mark. We're going for this particular one. 4 options are below. This time we're going to choose an LED luminaire and a double arm. If you have time, feel free to type them in, but I'm going to keep going with this. we're going to go with a type 2. Indicates that it's an LED. The 80 series, again, this is more of an internal code. It's only going to give you the option that's available, so you need to select it only because it's to build our stock codes. And voltages as well. We're going to go with 120. There's no dependent, so we'll just say little. And then we're going to choose our color. So for this particular, I want to go with Chicago Bronze. And then options. 6500K, if you do not select it, the standard will be 4500K. So if you did want a warmer color temperature, you could select the 6500. Not a post-op, so there's no finial. So that, again, make sure you hit the save and continue to summary. Again, if you do make a mistake and you meant to choose something else, don't use the back button. You can just choose, go back to whatever option you do want to change and just select it with this, your mouse. Specification drawing for the K803 LED option. And as mentioned, the ES files are available on our LED luminaires on this site. The ES file that you see that's highlighted in blue and underlined is a clickable IES file. What you do is left click it, and if you want to save it, you would say OK, and desktop or whatever. I don't have a photometry program on my computer, so I cannot open it, but anybody who wants to open an IES file would have that program. So and then this is all the bug information down here, that explains all the different quadrants. There, we are going to add in an arm for this one. So you down a little bit, and you'll see the arm in the pole. Click the arm. We're going to choose pull-up arms and a 30 scroll arm. Side mount option. You can choose a single or double arm. If you choose a double arm, it's going to automatically put into two of the luminaires that you chose. So you just click double arm there. What you would like, so we'll go with inches. And bronze, so we'll choose bronze again. And fixture hanger, so we'll choose the KPL 20. One option that you definitely need to select for the arm, and it's going to ask you the offset is from the tip. So we're 6 inches from the top of the pole. So you just click 6 there, and then continue. And continue to summary. Arm specification. So you can just on its own wait to view it with the luminaires until we've configured the pole well. All the information that you'll need for that arm. Pole. Americana decorative pole. So that I wanted to choose the symmetry series. So I'm looking at the Americana options, and I don't really want any of them for this project, so I just go back one above. I just wanted a basic octagonal pole. So, and just note, we're actually going to put a notation on here. The difference in symmetry in the Americana series is that the Americana series, the that you're given that are shown are that's above grade, whereas the symmetry series is the overall length of the pole. So in the symmetry series, you just have to keep that in mind. I'm going to show you what is octagonal. Embedment. Again, there will be one of these notations on it shortly after this meeting is done. So you're going to use the pole height. If you want 20 foot above grade pole, then you're actually going to want to choose 25 feet because 5 feet will be buried. We're going to use the pole. Choose polished, and if you're not sure what those mean, just click the question mark. Concrete pole colors. As well. These are you can choose. Select the first one. And so you can choose an anti-graffiti coating, an acrylic, or non-acrylic. So I'm going to go with the anti-graffiti. And this is the first example where you can put any that you want. One, because we have, we're going to go with thin cap on top of the pole, and it's 0 for top of pole, so all we enter is 0 there. Degree quadrant. I'm also going to add banner arms for this one. It just lists standard banner arms or upper banner arms. So upper banner arms are just the upper banner arms only. If it doesn't specify, you get an upper and a lower. The banner arm, hit add and continue or configure. And then this is where we're going to choose where we want it in the top of the pole. Choose 20 inches. Once you do, hit that again. And then summary. So now our pole specification here, show the bare below grade, which is 5 feet, is all the information. And as I mentioned, this contains information that you would see on a specification from our engineering department. It's got your weight, it's got your raceway, your butt size, your tip size. Information is on here, as well as your options. If you want to view it all as an assembly drawing, again, you just click proceed to assembly there. It's going to show what it looks like. So you've got your banner arms here. Again, you see that I put them a little bit higher in relation to the arms, so that might be something that you want to change. But it's got overall, or sorry, above grade length of the pole listed here, and double arms. If you wanted to email that, you could do that, or print it. And then if you hit back to configurator, that would allow you to make any changes that you want to make. If you want to make changes to the individual arms, you can look at them here. So you've got your luminaire, your arm, and your pole, and you can go to any one of those spec sheets and those as well. Back to the full spec sheet. All right, actually, I'm just going to quickly look at the some of the questions and answer them. So what was, if you revise the project, does it make it revision 1 so that you can see the original specification? No, you cannot. It does not show revisions on it. But if you do, you could just rename the project revision 1, and you'd have to create it over again at this time. Again, second phase. So the comments that are made today, we are going to take them into consideration. If you're using it over the next few months, if you want to make the information, if you want to make a list of things that you would like to see, we definitely are open to that. Specifications are available with this program, but what it enables you to do is create your specification, and again, email it to one of us in the office, and we can get a written specification very quickly now that we'll have all this information from you. The tenant size is not listed on the configurator on that question. If this is a common tenant size that you use, you could always ask us to add it. It's not a problem to do. It's probably easier to do that. You can't add T just because that would confuse the program. So yeah, if there's tenant sizes that are not there, or anything that's not there that's a standard that you wish to see, then please we'll let you know if we can add it relatively quickly. Will the individual fixture arm full spec drawings show the job name and full part numbers when they are printed out? The answer to that is yes. They show all of that information on it. The job name, and then it shows the full part numbers. So it's got all the details there for you. Question was if we're going to have a simpler version, so it go a pole with a fixture on it with no wattage or any other info. At this point, we want to make it as detailed as possible. That is definitely something that we can consider for the second version. I've received so far. If you have any other ones, I'm going to run through one more scenario just to show you a couple more different things that the program can do, and then feel free to have any more questions that you have. Again, type the date, July 9th, number 3. Next. So this I'm going to choose, it's going to be a more decorative pole with a post-top LED luminaire on an arm. So again, I'll choose the luminaire first. We're going to go top LED. We're going to that's one of our more common ones. Because that's the only option with the LED. We will go with the type 3. Available wattages, we're going to go with 100. Voltage 20. And then available capitals for this. Which one did I choose? We'll go with this one. Back again. to go with the house side shield, we can do. So we'll choose, and we'll also choose the 6500K. Continue. Summary. So the specification. This is the luminaire options that we chose. So the house side shield and the 6500K. Those options are not going to show up anywhere on the drawing, but they are listed here. Again, this is an LED, so it does have an IES file to download. And then arm and a pole, we can do that now. So you just click your arm. And arms for the first one. Because it's top luminaire, it's only going to give you the options for the arms that can go with a post-top luminaire. So it's all of the pendant arm options. Match the light. And then so we'll just click none and then continue. And then arm offset. Again, because it is a tenon mounted arm, you always click 0 for that because you want it to be on the top of the pole. And all the measurements, specification information is there. And then the final one that we want to do is click configure pole. So you just down, click configure pole. And concrete pole. Options. You can see all the different designs here. You can see different heights. So you're not going to choose your height here, but you're going to choose the style. So like you can choose a 14-foot flare top or a 12-foot non-flare top. Or if it's between these ranges, you would just select one of these, and this is the Highwayman. So we're going to select between 20 and 25 feet, and then choose your actual height. With mentioned, this is the actual height above grade. So like no burial or anything for this. With concrete, our luminaire and our arm are black, so we'll go with a night lace to combat. Direct embedment or base plate, and we'll go with the direct buried pole again. Size, and the question was asked again if we can add additional sizes to that, and that's no problem. We will consider that after this meeting is done, adding a few more sizes to this. We'll go with to this, and we'll add a holder. Make sure you add it and continue. That about 24 inches top of the pole and the 180-degree quadrant. So remember, row is the roadway and 180 degrees is the sidewalk. And then continue. Done that, you just hit save and continue to summary. Detailed specification, how much will be buried in this option. So we chose that we wanted a 20-foot pole, 20 feet of grade with 5 feet being buried. Show warranty information, again, the weight, all that kind of stuff. Once we are good with all that, we proceed to our assembly drawing. So looking at this is not looking arm, we've decided. You want to make it once to see what it looks like, and you think it looks kind of ugly with that combination. So you want to arm without changing anything else. So all you do is go to the arm specifically and hit edit. It's going to keep for your luminaire and your pole to a twin arm. Let's see what that looks like. So we hit twin arms, and these are available twin arms for the post-top options. So we're going to click Vermont mill arm. And again, on top of the pole, you hit 0 here. This specification, and we're going to see what it looks like all together. So change that, no problem, but this is what the new assembly looks like. And I kept the pole and it kept the luminaires. It just, when you add a double arm, it automatically doubles luminaires, and it's going to keep the same luminaire on both sides. Change the look of things, so you know, if you do it once and you don't like the look of it, it only takes a few seconds to change again. So you can just go back to save projects, and you can see that you edited. So these are all the ones that we've done today here. So it does not show your revision on it, but it does show the revision date, so that might help a little bit. One more thing to mention at the beginning is we do have a user manual. So training session was meant to be a training, but if you're more of a visual person and you want to or read through it as you're selecting the options, there is a user manual here. You just click on a PDF you can download and save to your computer. You can just view it each time. So it's pretty detailed, and it's got all of the information that I'm talking about today, plus more. So that's definitely something that you can look at your own time. So that's in a nutshell. I'm going to go back to the questions and see if there's any more. I would do, if you do have any, to ask them at this time. There are no stupid questions. Again, this program, once you get it, it's fairly easy to use, but it might be a little overwhelming at first. And as I have a question, I won't repeat your name or anything to the group. So, will the sheet show the EPA ratings for the various wind zones? I have to consult with engineering for that, because right now the luminaires have the EPA ratings, but not the poles. So I'll have to figure that out. Another question is a plan view so they can visually check the luminaire and locations. That's in the chat function for now. This is your last chance if you have any more. My email address and contact information from the invitations that I sent out. So if there's any questions that come to mind after this meeting, feel free to ask me. I mentioned this is being recorded, so I will send out the link to everyone in case you do want to view it again in the future. The program now, it is available on our website. So if there's any of your architects, engineers, and all that you're working with, I do encourage you, when you do go out on sales calls, to visit them, to make sure that you show them this program, because it is a pretty powerful tool, and it does allow people to do a lot more than they could in the past. So We want to get as many people using it as possible. Other questions or concerns, or when you first log in for the first time, if you have any issues, all the contact information, you can contact myself or Erica, and we can help you out with that. Any more questions? So that's the web seminar. I really appreciate everyone taking their time for this. Oh, sorry, we've got one more last question. If flower pot to a poll, it can only handle one flower pot. Will this program alert us and let us know the poll cannot handle 2 flower pots? Not, but there's certain polls, for example, our agility series polls, really are not meant for any accessories, so those accessories will actually be voided and you won't be able to pick any of them. So or nothing. But choose a Class A poll, for example, and it cannot handle the 2. This would never be as a manufacturing drawing, so we would change it to a Class B if necessary. And I appreciate everyone's questions. If you think of any more, please contact me privately. And now this concludes the seminar. Thank you.